my side. So yeah, Brennan, you want to kick it off?
Yeah, for sure. What's up, everybody? Welcome to one of our weekly OSSA.AI spaces. We do these twice a week, Wednesday and Saturday, just as a way to connect with the community and update everybody as to where we're at. What we're going to cover today are a few little features that one that's been implemented, a couple that are up and coming, and then aside from that, we're just going to talk about a few little bug fixes that we've been able to iron out and that we're working on ironing out over the next week and over the past week. So really, really exciting stuff. And yeah, Cole, if you want to just take it away from there.
Yeah, what's up, everybody? If you guys are watching the live stream recording, this is Cole World or Cole Gonzales from the OSSA.AI account. But yeah, welcome everyone. Hope you guys are all having a wonderful Saturday. It's a great day. A lot of things are moving absolutely wonderfully on our side. We're super excited. We've been working really hard. You guys know we're a small team, so we're doing our best every day to deliver an incredible product to you guys. We've seen tremendous success within the entire community. What's really interesting about OSSA.AI, if you guys are new here and you don't know what OSSA.AI is, what we've built is the world's first script to short form video tool that actually works. And when I say actually works, it's really important to define what that means. What we could all agree is that there's many tools that create video. Hell, there's Sora, which is absolutely insane. And there's all these other tools such as in video AI, there's ShortX. We're aware of all these tools that could theoretically be classified as competitors. But the reality is that they're not, because we're competing with no one, because our tool actually creates videos that are one, unique, they're custom to you, the output is expected, you have control over the output. And not only that, but baked into the tool is influence. It's the understanding of influence that I've garnered over the past half decade. That's why we built this, to make influence accessible to everyone. There's no current tools on the market outside of OSSA.AI that actually allow individuals who understand influence to realize their creativity, put it into a tool, and get a video that actually has a much higher chance of performing on social media. And if you don't believe me, look at the pinned comment right now in the spaces. This person has 80,000 subscribers, right? So let's just make that clear. And he's had this account for, I'm not sure how long, but he had a couple, I think 100 videos, maybe 200 shorts. And he had been posting using his own content with his own skill set of understanding influence. And I know I just screenshotted the top there and I blurred it out because out of respect for him, I didn't want to expose his channel, because that's how these things work. People like to keep this confidential. So I obviously didn't show a lot, but what I can guarantee you is that he's seen an increase in views by 2 to 300% by using his understanding of how he's creating his own faceless content and then using OSSA.AI. So he's literally abandoned his own manual way of creating faceless content. He's cut down the time to create content by multiple factors, multiple X's, and he's getting more views. And if I go to the popular videos tab on that shorts feed that you guys see at the top of the screen, his one of the videos is at almost 40K, and that's his second highest performing short video out of 100 plus videos that he's made manually within a week and a half, not even a week and a half, of creating content through OSSA.AI. And you know, I say it there in that actual post, but we don't need to market, because the marketing is just showing people that the product works. And I think that's what's really important to understand, is that we wouldn't be here unless the product actually worked. There's companies that exist right now that are worth hundreds of millions of dollars that have a product that they claim is for social media, but the product doesn't work for social media. It's crazy. And it's, as an influencer, it's almost frustrating because it's just not a good tool. It's flat out simple, a bad tool, and it's not for content creators. If they went around and they said, "Hey guys, this is a really cool tool to create videos," great. But the fact that they go around and they basically are campaigning with all these influencers, and the influencers, obviously, I get the game. If you're gonna get paid a lot of money, they raise a lot of money, they pay influencers, they're gonna talk about the product. Here's your brief, here's some money, tell the people what this is. But it's not what it is. And that's why we're so confident, we have so much conviction behind what we're doing, because the marketing that we do is literally just proof of the product working. So we've never said that we guarantee virality with OSSA.AI. And in order to say that a video is guaranteed to perform, it also assumes that the user has no control. The beautiful thing about OSSA.AI is the tools is as valuable as you are a person, right? Because we're going into this digital age where there's a lot of backlash behind people trying to automate all the creative processes. But the reality is that AI is not creative, but it is creative when a creative individual can leverage the tool. So we're the perfect merge between creativity and technology, and we're always going to be that way. That's why we're not prompt to video, because prompt to videos are randomized. You put your script in accordance with your script and the parameters that you set and your understanding of the software and how to generate influence. You're able to realize that influence through the means of technology, and that's what we've built for anybody that's new here.
Yeah.
So
I just want
yeah,
to add on
Brennan.
to that also, which is just to kind of piggyback off what Cole was saying, where AI is not necessarily creative, um, but it can supplement human creativity. And if we were prompt to video, could you have a video that went viral potentially, but repeating that would be next to impossible. It's essentially like trying to win the lottery. You know, you can play the lottery and play the lottery, and eventually you'll hit the lottery, but repeating that is not a profitable game. And so that's why with script to video, if you get something that works, you can really iterate off of that success and create something that's very close and maintain that exact same framework and repeat that success over and over and over again, which is really important.
Yeah, and one thing I want to touch on there is this is a perfect example of the pinned comment in this spaces, right? This individual understands influence. They understand the value of the tool, right? They're going to have videos that continue to perform incredibly well, 40, 50K, possibly in the future 100K plus views off a video that literally took them 10 to 15 minutes to create. And the actual input on OSSA.AI is your script, and then the parameters which you set, the style, what voice is reading it, the subtitles, right? And obviously, we're going to continue to add more user control on the front end. But the thing is, what Brennan's talking about is if, for example, if this video, which it did 39,000 views, in order to say that a tool is for social media, said influencer or said user needs to have a successful output, aka a video that performs above average. And for the sake of above average, that is subjective. But let's just say if his average is 10,000 views and a video does 40,000 views, that's above average, right? So if a video performs above average, as an influencer myself, I understand the importance of, okay, what variables were at play within that video and how do I replicate those variables in the future and test my hypothesis of, okay, this hook worked really well. Okay, this style of video did really well. Okay, this music did really well. And that's why we don't add music, because music's a variable, and if we track people in a box and add copyright stock music, not only is it hurting engagement, but it's also random. You can't have these things be random. They are it's very important that these little levers that you pull on social media, you can't just automate everything. It just doesn't work, because there has to be a human input, a human understanding, and a feedback loop that can produce similar outputs but not the exact same. And I think that's what's so brilliant about what we've built, and why we're so grateful to have such an incredible lead developer and have such an incredible team, is that it's a very difficult process to solve, the one which we have solved and will continue to solve, which is how do you check all the boxes of not only making content unique on the output, right? Because side note, all content that comes off the platform is completely monetizable. We have an individual, her name's Liza, and she has, I think, one of the top videos, 200 plus K views on TikTok, creativity beta program, um, eligible. So she got paid $100 to $200 for that video, and it took her 10 minutes, right? So how do you allow people not only to have control over the video, right, but also make the content unique, but also um, make the content brandable, right? But also, like, if there's all these alsos, right, and it's not this one thing. And this is how we think as we're building this out, and this is why we're not in a rush to just kind of throw things at this because it's cool, right? Because we don't necessarily want what's cool. We want what works, right? We don't want what's the easiest. We want what's the best for the users. And that's why we don't add music. And that's why we're not prompt to video. Because could we be prompt to video? Yes. But can someone build a brand around prompt to video? No, because it's completely random. So there's all these little things that these massive companies are totally overlooking in the creative process, and they're really hurting the not only themselves, right? Because they're going to lose paying customers, but they're also hurting their reputation because of how they're marketing their product. And at the end of the day, they're hurting their users because you're asking money from someone for a product that's not matching the expectations of what you're trying to deliver to them. And that's because you get these massive teams that get this massive funding, and then the actual pursuit becomes less about the user and more about how do we just kind of capitalize on this AI hype train, you know? And I think there's just a lot of mistakes that are being made in the video generation industry for social media. Matter of fact, pretty much all the companies are making huge mistakes, and that's why none of these things in my opinion are sustainable, because eventually there's going to be people like us and other influencers who come in and are like, that actually doesn't work, and then people are going to start to see that. And I see some hands up and I'll bring you guys up in a second, but people are going to start to see that AI is not in a place to just automate everything, and I think that's where we're going, and there's going to be a ton of negative feedback from society as a whole for companies that are trying to basically replace humans, and content's just going to be diluted. So, um, yeah, Brennan, I don't know if you have anything to add to that. If not, maybe we could bring up some more speakers and let some of the guests today speak.
Yeah, for sure. Before we let guests speak, I would just like to kind of hone in on a few of the product updates and the feature updates that we have in the works, and a few of the things that have already been deployed. So we spoke with a lot of businesses this week and a lot of agency owners, and one of the number one most requested features was the ability to generate videos without subtitles. So we've already gone ahead and deployed that. So right now you can go into the font selection, the font type selection, and you have two options, generic and you have none. So if you choose none, it will generate your video without subtitles. So that was highly requested from the community. We went ahead and put that in. The next thing that will be pushed very, very soon is a notification system. So we'll be able to push out notifications to users when we make updates. So right inside your dashboard, you'll be able to see notifications. The same thing goes for if you purchase new credits, or for some reason there's some customer support thing where you need to get credits. When you actually receive those credits in the future, you'll be getting a notification. So it should expect that like in the next 14 days, something like that. Most likely much earlier. I'm being conservative, but just throwing that out there. And then another thing is we're completely overhauling our entire customer support system. So our customer support systems currently goes through a third party, and we're migrating to a different third party that just overall increases the customer support experience 100x. And so we're extremely focused on that, making sure that no question goes unanswered. We want to make sure that every single question every customer has gets an answer, and gets an answer in a timely manner. Obviously, we are a little bit smaller of a team, so we need to use automations and all of these different things in order to accomplish that. But we're putting all of that in place right now. And over the next week, you should see a completely new customer support system that can verify if you're already a customer and things like that, and really, really streamline that entire process. So, yeah, those are just a few things that I wanted to add. And then if you want to go ahead and pull up some guests, let's get some guests to speak.
Yeah, we got the one and only Christelle up here. So, Christelle, I know you've been here, you've been listening. I know we've chatted a few times. You host spaces yourself, so welcome. What's going on?
Thank you for having me. Yeah, it's great to be here. I found out about this because of the group that you created, which is great. We've been talking a lot in our spaces about the power of AI influencers, virtual influencers. In our community, we consider ourselves edu creators, which are people that are, informing others. So this technology is pretty cool. So I'm here listening. There's a lot of excitement right now, of course, around prompt to video with Sora. And faceless videos have been something I've been interested in for a long time because I'm not so interested in putting my face on camera. So, and I know how powerful short form videos are, and I really like this touch of the influence piece, right? It's not just a tool to put together a short form video, but it sounds like a tool that has uh, some of that experience behind it, an understanding of what it actually takes to create a video that gets a lot of attention. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm just here listening. I was just on the website. I've got it pulled up. So I'm digging in and learning. Sounds really good so far, though.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, and I you can shoot me a DM and we can get you taken care of to if you want to test it out. Um, so that's no problem whatsoever. So just shoot me a DM or shoot this account a DM. We'll get you taken care of. And that really goes for anyone here. If you guys are kind of on the edge and you need a little code or something, we can take care of you guys. It's really important that we let you guys test it out. So I know that's everybody's situation's different, and our biggest goal right now is to just let people use it, give us feedback, and improve it. So please don't hesitate to reach out to me, Brennan, or the OSSA.AI account if you guys need to be taken care of a little bit. But yeah, I mean, Christelle, you hit the nail on the head. I think that's something that's just to encompass the whole conversation of AI video generation. I think that's what's really missing, and the need and the solution that we provide is that it's not random, because a lot of these things, if you look at these tools, right, it's really easy to capitalize on the hype. Here's copyright AI, here's tweet writer AI, here's video generation AI, and it's really exciting. You can get some people to buy a product like that if you market it hard enough. But at the end of the day, the dust is going to settle, and then all this technology is going to become much more advanced, and everybody's going to be able to create a tool that can copyright for you, and everyone's going to create a tool that can create videos for you. But it's going to be the individuals who deeply understand the context by which the tool should be delivered to the individual, in terms of what's the expertise needed within the models to actually deploy something that can actually serve that person's needs, specifically them. And that's exactly what our goal is that to solve that problem of influence. And to my understanding, there's no company in the world that solved the problem we have, which is actually create something with AI that understands the human condition of what's a video that will actually have someone watch it. And in my opinion, over the next couple years here, because things are moving really fast, I think the companies that focus in on not just automating things such as copywriting and video generation and emails, but understanding how do I deploy an understanding of the human condition into these models so that people will engage with them and they will enjoy them. And how do I give customizability so that it's unique to that person too? Because I don't really think that people want everything automated. They just want it a little bit easier, um, as expected. But people don't just want the easiest thing. They want something easier, but something that also works. And I think a lot of what AI is right now is it makes things easier, but no one's really focusing on part two, which is like, does it really work? And I think that's what's really going to separate us and a lot of these other companies over the next couple of years here.
Very well said, Cole. Very well said. Well, if there's anybody else that wants to come up and speak, that would be the time. And then aside from that, like Cole said, if you're on the edge and you want to try OSSA.AI, then go ahead and send a DM to the OSSA.AI account, and we'll get you all set up. And then side note, at the top of the hour, so at noon EST, 9 a.m. PST, Cole will be live in the Discord, dropping just some general social media knowledge on everybody. He takes that hour in Discord to just go through his creator course or answer any of the community questions just regarding social media in general, not specifically for OSSA.AI customers, but if you just have questions about short form content at all, Cole will take the time to sit there and answer questions. And that starts in like 40 minutes, 35 minutes. So yeah, other than that, let's go ahead and take some more questions. And if not, Cole, I think we can go ahead and head towards wrapping up the space.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see any hands up. I think we covered just about everything as we always do. If you guys like what you hear, like Brennan said, we have a Discord. That community is great. Even if you don't want to, use OSAI, if you're just looking to improve your content creation skills and understand short form content, I have a full course in there. It's completely free. Spent 150 hours at least on that thing. So, and there's video tutorials, and there's also it's all written, so it's all in there, really solid. Or if you're just looking to network with people, the purpose of getting you in there is not to use OSAI, but rather just to help people understand and make influence accessible to everyone, which is our goal. So, would love to see all you guys in there, regardless of if you're going to use OSAI or not. There's a lot of very knowledgeable people in there. We do calls twice a week here on X at 8 a.m. PST, and then at 9 a.m. PST, 12 p.m. Eastern, we do the Discord calls as well. So those are twice a week. So please feel free to join up in there or to come back to any of these spaces. And yeah, I think that's just about it. If no one has any questions, we'll probably just close this out, and we'll see you guys in the Discord.
Sounds good. Thank you, everybody, for coming out. Appreciate you all. See you on Wednesday.
Thanks, guys. See you.